Welcome to Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. It's time to gather around the table to cook and converse. Right here, we'll come together to learn about Kansas agriculture and the farm families that feed us as we discover new recipes, Kansas products, and farm fresh ingredients.
All right, good morning and welcome back to 13 News this morning. It's Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen time. Can't wait to dig into this. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing in here. But first we got some business to take care of. Not necessarily business, but Scott Stebner is with us. A book. You're a photographer, you're an author, you've got this book. This is our Kansas Farm Bureau segment, and this is a book that you can get exclusively on Kansas Farm Bureau's website. Kind of tell us about it, Scott.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This book really came out of two passions that I had. The first was really to find a way to introduce farmers into the conversation about food. In our culture right now, we love to talk about food. We love to talk about the processes of it, and where to buy it, and all of these little niche markets. But I think somewhere in that conversation, we've really forgotten about the family farmer. Those small businesses, those husbands, those wives, those mothers and fathers, and those kids who really are behind the food that ends up on a table like this. And the second part of the book was really something that's dear to my heart, and that's to raise scholarships for kids. I benefited a ton from scholarships through FFA and 4-H growing up, and this was hopefully a project to give back. And so all profits from this book through the Kansas Farm Bureau go to fund scholarships for kids who really want to live out their dream and communicate about agriculture. And all those scholarships are specifically for KSU AgCom students.
And your story is kind of interesting, your background, because you're a California guy.
I'm a huge surf bum.
Not really a Kansas farm kid. So he came a long way from Silicon Valley to Manhattan, Kansas, where you live. You're studying ag and taking more classes in that. But it's an interesting story, a very interesting book. I encourage everybody to check it out. It's got a little bit of ties close to your heart, right, Allie?
It does. Scott came and photographed Pat and Wyatt and the cattle that we raise, and it was really cool to see him in action doing this, and also some friends of ours. You know, it's just neat to be able to help tell part of that story. So yeah, you're right.
Chiggers in California. Did you learn that lesson hard real quick?
A little too well. Yeah, a little too well.
Just to get the perfect shot. Just to get the perfect shot. Okay, Allie, what are we making today? This smells amazing.
So our tie-in today with the food, of course, and you're right, we all love to talk about food. I do too. Would be our crown roast of pork, because of course the holidays are coming up. And this is a dish that looks really fancy and difficult, but in reality, it's not, as long as you know just a few little things. Now over here, I'm going to put you in charge of this whisk. This is our pan sauce, and it's going to start getting thicker. And as that thickens up, if you need some of this broth, feel free to just pour that in.
Oh, you want me to use my own judgment on this?
Yes, I would. I would love for you to do that. Yeah, I'm right here. So
you can hold my hand. Okay,
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you go see your butcher, and there's a couple really important things. This is not a roast that you're going to be able to just walk up to the butcher case and say, hey, I want a crown roast. You got to call ahead, and you need to be specific. You need to say, I would like for you to make a crown roast, and this is how I would like it done. I would like bones 1 through 8 of the roast, and I need 2 of those, and I would like for you to French the bones, tie those together, and I will be in to purchase that from you.
And those are the exact words you have to say.
Those are what you want you want him to tie it together. You're going to take it home, and we're going to put that into a nice marinade of red wine overnight with onions and garlic. And then we're going to get him out and we're going to dry him off. And it's really important to dry him off, and you kind of need a seasoning assistant because there's lots of nooks and crannies that we want to get that seasoning down into. And then we're going to prepare the stuffing, put it in there into a nice hot 500-degree oven just for about 20 minutes. We'll turn it down to 325 and continue to cook it. And this is the other important part.
What's the temperature?
We always want to cook our pork now to 145. No more overcooked gray pork to 160. It's 145. And this would need about a 20-minute rest because it's a big hunk of pork. We want a little bit of pink to our pork now, which is really great because it makes it super moist, beautiful, tender, and just absolutely luscious.
Rest before they pull us off the stage because we're running too long on time.
I'm sorry.
Recipe and everything, where can we find those?
Chef Alli's Farm Fresh Kitchen. The recipe is up there. Jenny will have it there. And you might want to go to the Facebook page because we are going to do a giveaway of some of Scott's
Check it out.
books.
It's really, really neat.
So you need to go there. And how about if we make the keyword gravy? Because you're in charge. It's not really gravy, it's a sauce, and you're doing great, but we're going to make the keyword gravy is the word you have to know to enter the giveaway Thursday sweepstakes.
Scott, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Great work. Check out the book.
And tell them real quick where you can get it.
go to kfb.org/ksfarmerbook.
All right. Yeah. After 8 minutes segment, what's another 5 seconds, right? No, I'm just kidding. We'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us. Kansas Farm Bureau is proud to support hardworking families across the state, like farmers and ranchers who make it their life commitment to provide food that nourishes all of us. Kansas Farm Bureau, representing grassroots agriculture.